Hello Collective, this is Tan from Artemis Oracle doing your tarot reading for whenever you come across this video. Let's see what messages you need to know at this time. Let's see what messages this collective needs to know at this time. That is for the highest and greatest. Good. First card we have is the Knight of Coins, Earth sign energy. Then we have Justice with Libra energy and the Eight of Coins. So some of you may be considering what course of action you want to take to bring some sort of balance when it comes to a work situation. Maybe some of you feel like you're being overworked and overburdened. You see how she's working like diligently, like she's putting in a lot of effort, but in a way she's also hurting herself in some way. So, and she's also working by herself. So some of you may feel like that you're putting in a lot of effort and work in your work situation, but you want to make some sort of gesture. You're considering, you're making some sort of, you're maybe planning exactly what it is that you want to do to bring some sort of balance in a situation. Balance and fairness if you feel that it hasn't been fair to you at all. I see the Hierophant in the bottom of the deck. So some of you may have Taurus in your chart, or you may be working with a Taurus. Let's clarify the Knight of Coins. Tell us about the Knight of Coins, Spirit. Who is the Knight of Coins in this? Tell us about the Knight of Coins. We have the Two of Coins. It's someone who's juggling, trying to balance their resources, balance responsibilities, because a person is holding what appears to be a half bear baby and a half baby bear. You know, it's like some of you may feel like you're like always, you feel like you're always walking on a tightrope, or you know, you see how she has one foot on the ground and one on the one up. It's like a balancing act. Maybe some of you have a lot of responsibilities and you're trying to find the best way to move forward with those responsibilities. But then I think it's about like finding balance and fairness, because we do have the Justice card here. Tell us, that's too much with the Page of Coins coming out. Let's see if it comes out on its own. Tell us about the Justice card, Spirit. Oh, Lordy. Okay, Seven of Cups. So some of you are considering what your options are when it comes to this. I feel like some of you are trying not to be under any sort of illusion about anything when it comes to your work situation, if this is a work situation. I mean, if we look at it in a love stance, someone can be wanting to come forward with a love offer, right? However, someone may feel like they're putting in more effort, giving more than they are receiving, and it's, in a sense, it's kind of hurting this person. See, they put in a lot of focus and attention in the situation, but it's not necessarily being reciprocated in the same way. So that's where the balance, or you know, has to come in. That's where the fairness has to come in. But with the Seven of Cups, it's like with the Justice, you see the sword is for truth and clarity. So I feel like you or someone around you is trying to cut through the chase, and cut through any illusions about the current situation, you know. And then Temperance, yeah, it's about bringing balance, restoration, being grounded emotionally and mentally. It's like tempering yourself, you know, and this person is multitasking. You see, they have a lot of arms and with a lot of different items in their hands. So, you know, it's like you see, or maybe someone is going to see that you are doing so much more, that you have a lot on your plate. And maybe that's where the illusion is. There's someone, maybe your boss or someone of authority, is seeing that there seems to be some sort of illusion about work, about balance, about responsibilities. You know, who has more responsibilities than others. Maybe they see that you're struggling, or that you have many tasks under your belt. Okay, what is the Eight of Coins? How will the Eight of Coins be addressed by the Fool? So it's something about a new beginning, starting over, starting from scratch. Possibly a reset. I think it's a reset of responsibilities. There may be some sort of reset. What is this? What is the Eight of Coins with the Fool and 10 of Wands? The Seven of Wands came out. And Seven of Wands is about, this could be you having to create some sort of boundary so that you can like reestablish. Maybe it's you reestablishing or establishing a boundary with how work is distributed in where you are. If you feel like you're being overwhelmed, that you're being multitasked, that the expectations are greater for you than it is with anybody else that you are working with, or like your colleagues, or even within, you know, your organization. Like you're doing more than anybody else. There may be a call for you to really put up some boundaries and to reset either by starting somewhere new where you can actually establish boundaries from the beginning, or you resetting where you are now and trying to establish boundaries so that if it doesn't continue to, so you don't continue to be overburdened in some way. This is what I'm getting from this. Judgment. So this is about you making a final decision about what you will be doing moving forward. Are you gonna try to, you know, are you gonna speak up for yourself and establish a boundary when it comes to the level of responsibilities that you have by, you know, letting someone know, or being a voice of truth and informing somebody of some sort of injustice in a way when it comes to the work and responsibilities, you know? Maybe someone isn't aware. Maybe someone isn't aware that you feel overworked and overburdened, and that you may need to speak up, so that when you do speak up to this person, they can kind of help you establish some sort of boundaries to ensure that you aren't overburdened, given responsibilities that aren't yours. The thing is, when I look at the skull and the wands, it's like the ending. It's like an ending. So it could be some sort of ending. It could be an ending of being overburdened, or ending of a cycle of being burdened because of a boundary being established. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's the reading. I hope it was helpful in some way. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. My name is Tan. I'm your reader, wishing you a great day, afternoon, or evening ahead. Bye.